Nigerians decry looming ASUU strike. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, is poised for another strike, reigniting debate over its impact on Nigeria's education sector. Demands for better funding and the adoption of the University Transparency and Accountability Solution (UTAS) remain unmet, and ultimatums to halt academic work in government-owned universities are looming. The looming strike had provoked public outrage, with individuals likening the regular strikes to a yearly phenomenon in interviews with HIPTV. The strike is uncalled for, as earlier strikers have produced no change. Strike disturbs and demotivates learning, making graduate quality decrease. One citizen moaned. This is a picture of the effect on students who go through extended academic periods, an unproductive time with some taking up vices to pass the time. Whereas ASUU only justifies strikes as a last resort, the critics suggest other options. ASUU strike is not justified. Lecturers should prioritize students and national development and explore alternatives to strikes, another observer added, noting the need for systemic reforms to support lecturers and improve facilities. In the words of the concerned citizens, strikes an annual phenomenon. Extend students' academic years, disrupting lives, and students are the losers who are lagging behind their counterparts in private schools. Students should utilize strike time to learn skills, for certificates alone are not enough. A worried citizen noted, urging resilience amidst disruptions. The collapsing negotiation between the parties has begun to raise concern about the future of education in Nigeria, and citizens are urging both ASUU and the government to prioritize students and end the crisis.
Because the strike all the time is not the best, and it doesn't allow Nigerian students to cope with their counterparts outside the country. So I think they should shelve it. And they can always discuss with the government. The government is their employer, and the leadership of the lecturers, should not be in haste to go on strike. They should always, stretch the length of the discussion, no matter how long it takes. Are you getting me now? Because for the past 15 years or more, we have always been involving in strike. And that is extending the tenure of the study for the students.
I think the strike is highly unnecessary. I don't think the strike is going to go anywhere because there has been issues of strikes so many times without any significant headway. So I really don't think this strike is going to change anything.
Well, I feel sad that it's reoccurrence. I experienced it when I was a student and now it's happening again. I feel sad for those in school, basically. Okay, if there's any advice I think the advice I would have will be mostly for students. First, I'll say parents should support students during this period to, take up something else. Especially now, we're in the era of soft skills. So some students will take up soft skills, sharpen their soft skills, learn things of interest instead of just sitting at home. Because as a strike could be unpredictable. We don't know how long this will last for. So I would encourage students to just pick up a skill, sharpen their skills while they wait, and try at least to still read because, getting back to school after staying home for a couple of months can be difficult to cope. So yeah, that would be my advice.
Well, I believe it's not justified. And the reason why I believe so is because, they as Nigerians need to contribute to the help of students generally and the advancement of the country. And they have to make sacrifice because of that. So I don't think the strike is justified. Now, if they have any complaints, I think they can present it to the government and show them what better ways they can help to improve maybe their services and whatever they get from it. So that's all.
To be very honest, I feel nothing. I'm quite indifferent, and I'll tell you why. Because most times we hear about the strikes. We've heard about strikes many times, actually. And we're almost used to it, which is actually bad because it's not meant to be. We should have a system that actually takes care of the lecturers and in turn that care is transferred to the students. So a system that takes care of the lecturers, even the non-teaching staff, as well as the students. But we do not have that system, and because we've consistently had strikes in the past, we're almost used to it. So it's a feeling of indifference, to be honest. It's sad, but that's what it is. Absolutely, they're justified because they go to the classrooms, they impact knowledge. I think it's unfortunate that we never really pay attention to the fact that teachers are the future. They are the ones that mold the future. And nobody forces them to go to the class to pass on the valuable knowledge that they do, like teaching students. I'm a product of lecturers. I'm a product of ASUU. And if they didn't do the things they did, I won't be here. I won't be benefiting the society today with my own knowledge. So, of course, they are valid. They must be taken care of in order to do their jobs and do it properly so that our future is secured. I think we've gotten to a point where there should definitely be a state of emergency placed over the education sector, because one, the quality of education is poor, and it starts from not just the facilities, the infrastructure, but also the teachers. In this case, tertiary institutions, lecturers. You can't have consistently failed promises exist within a system and expect that system to continue working. If they're not being taken care of, they're going to go on strike. So the fact that we've had strikes is an evidence that nothing proper has been done to prevent such things from happening. If you take care of them, they will stay at work.
It's not new again. It's like something they do every year. So it's not something new to me again. I'm not surprised that ASUU strikes here every day because I'm also a student. And let me say this truth. ASUU strike is one of the things why students who are meant to do 4 years end up doing 8 years. It's not about school fees alone. It's about ASUU strike that even the one making it more important for us to even extend the years we are meant to finish school, which is not meant to be like that. And again, when I checked online, they say because of salary increments and government telling them about loans, something of stuff like that. And well, I think government is trying to help them. Probably they misunderstood themselves, which is they have to reach an agreement together. That's one thing. They have to reach an agreement together and to solve it because it's affecting students. It's not just about money. What about the students who have tried to say, oh, some people budget their life like, oh, I want to spend 3.5 years. It is normal 3.5 years in school, right? And they end up spending like 7 years. And in this life, everybody, we know, even we students, everything we do is just to survive. Money is important. Government should try to pay them. They should try to just make everything done quickly so that it do not affect the new students. It do not affect people that are even graduates that are about to graduate now. It do not affect them.
Of course, I see it as a bad thing. I do not feel happy about it. I am not glad about it, of course. Also going on a strike, it has a lot of demerits. It has a lot of demerits. We've heard of cases where students take 8 years to study a 4 years course. We've heard about delay. We've heard about when students tend to go into stuff. They tend to go into this bad stuff when they are supposed to be using their times productively. In that time where they strike, during that time that they strike, students are left idle. They are left idle. Pardon me. They are left idle, and they are left to wonder. Now this leaves them with the question that as a youth, can they make money? And then they tend to dive into the easy way. We have, people turning to fraudsters, which we usually call Yahoo. Then we have different vices. We have drugs. There are different vices. That's one of the major demerits of strike. Apart from the delay in success, the delay in financial fortune. Most of these students, they have dreams. They have goals. They have set targets for themselves. That okay, in the next 10 years, where do I want to be? And then the ASUU strike just delays everything. Although I cannot blame ASUU. it is still a very, very big disadvantage. It's a bad thing. It's not something pleasant. It is not something to write home about. Furthermore, the admission process for for students, for freshers, let's put it like that, for freshers, it just began. So the strike is definitely going to affect that, and it will cause overcrowding of classrooms because they might have to merge students. They might have to merge students in different years. I've heard of a case like that where they had to delay admission just because of the strike, and then delay second semester exams and stuff like that. I think that's all I have to say.